President Trump is headed to the UK in just a couple of weeks. Listen to what he had to say about free speech in Britain.
I will just say that in terms of UK, strange things are happening over there. They are cracking down, and surprisingly so. And I've spoken to the Prime Minister, and let's see what happens. But it is a little bit different situation. I'm very surprised to see what's happening.
Steve Hilton joins me this morning. Steve, we've been reporting on this Irish comedian who was arrested at Heathrow Airport on the basis of 3 tweets which were judged to be anti-trans. They arrested him. I don't think he's not in prison, but they arrested him. So are you surprised to see what's happening with free speech in Britain?
I'm surprised at the extent of it, Stuart. I mean, it's been heading in this terrible direction for quite a few years now, shamefully under the previous Conservative government, as well as this current Labour government. I have to tell you, I've never been more proud to be an American and relieved to be an American and to live in a country where we have the First Amendment and we fight back against these kinds of appalling incursions on free speech. And there's a chilling aspect to this as well. People say, well, this is a warning to America because this kind of thing could happen here. That is absolutely right. And guess where it could happen and nearly did? Right here in California. People seem to be forgetting that not that long ago, Gavin Newsom, governor of California, tried to impose legislation here in California that would make jokes illegal, online jokes, around the time of the election. That was thrown out by a court, thank goodness. But we've got to always be vigilant.
Yeah, thank heavens for the First Amendment. Next one, Steve. The Trump administration wants to make the US citizenship test harder. Watch this.
We're looking for attachment to the Constitution. We're looking for an understanding of the civic responsibility of being a U.S. citizen. We're looking for actual understanding and ability to read and speak and write the English language. And frankly, this test is just too easy. I am declaring war on fraud. I am declaring war on anyone that is coming to this country and wants to get a benefit but doesn't want the responsibility of what it means to actually be a U.S. citizen.
He's going a long way. You know, Steve, both you and I have been through the test to acquire our citizenship. Do you think that test should be made harder?
Yes, I agree with every word there. Look, this is the highest honor that anyone could have, to become a U.S. citizen. There's nothing greater that could be achieved by anyone, and it shouldn't be easy. And I remember when I did the test, and, you know, I'm glad that what I'm about to tell you happened, but my 2 sons, who were about, what's this, 5 years ago, who were kind of, you know, one was about 11, the other 14, we did the practice test. They got 20 out of 20 almost every single time, which is great. But honestly, I think we need to have a little bit more than that. And I do totally agree, of course, with the English language point as well. What is America about, if not the idea that we're all here from wherever we come in the world, this incredible thing that anyone can become an American, but you have to sign up to what America means and what it represents, our values, our principles, our foundational philosophy expressed in our founding documents, and of course to be part of American society. And you can't do that if you don't speak English.
Yes, you want to be part of American society, not divided and separate from it by language or anything else. You're one of us.
Exactly.
Get involved. Here's another one, and it's for you because you're running for governor of California. One issue you're hot on is solar farms. Are you telling me that these solar farms hurt California farmers? Tell me more.
It is absolutely outrageous what's happening right now, Stuart. We have the greatest agricultural industry in the world, some of the most fertile farmland. And guess what's happening? Gavin Newsom and the corrupt elite in Sacramento are denying our farmers the water that they need to grow our food that feeds not just America, but the world. And so what they're saying is you don't get the water, so the farmers are forced to make some kind of money to sell it to these solar farms that swoop in and turn fertile farmland, as it once was, into solar farms. It is absolutely outrageous. I, as governor, will put a stop to it. We need to give our farmers the water that they need, and which we have in abundance, if only we built the infrastructure and the storage and the distribution to get it to them, and we're going to stop solar farms replacing real farms on our agricultural land.
Go for it. Set them straight, Steve. Come back and see us again real soon. Thank you. Steve Hilton.